Today we are going to go this way. We have one of these here. I don't know how you say that. Ouoizel lighting. QI. Let's see, the German thing is E-I, say I-I-E, say the E. I don't know, whatever. And that's the part number, and this is where we're going. And we have finally got clearance from the Lord up above to to change out that little thing right there. So that's what we're going to go for. So of course this will be first removal of such thing, and I'm just going to do this in case. I'm really thinking that this could be one of those examples of stranded wire going into solid wire, stranded wire into solid wire. Hung up that fan the other day, didn't make a video on it, just found stud, screwed it in, there you go. This might be, the electrical stuff's a little different. So let's just take a look here. Now, well, it didn't look like it burned it up or anything. Okay. So we have these vintage style clear. You can, oh, they're dimmable, medium base, 60 watt. And we don't do unboxing videos, do we? You gotta always kind of watch that. So done. That's about all I've done lately. And let's just make sure everything in here isn't cracked. Don't throw anything away till you make sure everything's good. Packing material, that is. Well, I think that's going to be a drastic improvement. I think it'll lighten up the place a little bit more. So there's all your mounting stuff. So you're going to mount that first. There might be one on there already. There's your ubiquitous non-Wago light wire fasteners. That feels like plastic in there on the lenses, which that's okay. Don't matter. It's plastic. Okay, let's get this unwrapped. Take the other one down. Okay, action. So you get this little adapter plate here. It's perfectly mated to this, and you take them two little balls off. So let's go on out here and see what's out here further than this. Now, it's always better to leave the light switch off at this point. I don't believe it's necessary to worry too much about a breaker. Let's see if I got the hand strength to get that off, get some pliers or something. That could be the same thing. Yeah, it's kind of rusted on there. Alright, let's get that. Let's go get a tool, I guess. Oh, wait a minute. Too bad somebody don't have a tool with them. Like that. Oh, just my chapstick. Okay. So I do have a tool with me that can do this. I just thought I might want to bring this with me today. There you go. And looks like I was right. Okay, so what I do in this circumstance... Oh boy, they only had half a thread on that one, didn't they? Alright, let's just put this... put it in that track and it'll hold. That probably released tension on this one, but they sure didn't have much meat. Now there is a risk of it falling down. You know that now. So keep your fingers on it. And yeah, that one's got a little bit more thread. Okay, now let's keep everything under tension here. Looks like the same exact thing, don't it? Except I believe the other ones are a little bit more inside. Let me go get that thing. Ooh. And see what, yeah, see this is using, let's match these up and we'll change them if we have to. So, yeah, see that's a little different. So you got that going for you. And I'm going to take these down and change this plate out. And okay, I'm going to give this an F for a number of reasons. One is this house is not but 4 years old, and I've already got green crusties growing there. And that look very carefully at that stranded wire going into that solid wire, and you will see that there's not enough stranded wire. The stranded wire needs to go like another 1/8 of an inch past the solid, and they did not do that. So okay, I don't want to drop this thing, so I'm gonna stay right there while I hold this with my arm, and then all that other stuff. What we're going to do here is, fortunately I have some dielectric grease at my disposal. Always carry some in your pocket in case you need it. And just sort of dip that in there like that, and that's really all you need to do. And we're going to change out this thing and try to get this as level as possible. That doesn't look too level, does it? Let's see if I can scrape up a level somewhere around here. This little window's coming in pretty handy, isn't it? Alright, and look at that dripping off already. Stay in frame, crazy guy. Just trying to give you a little action shot there. Can you stand it? Okay, behind the screw I found these little spacers somebody made out of some 1/4-inch line or something. I don't know, but that's sometimes you just do what you gotta do. These screws are a little longer. I don't know what I'm gonna do here quite yet, but there's the other screw. That's the same thread, it looks like to me. These things are very common. So just keep that with your old one. And don't need the earthing thing there. Well, I'm going to do an earth line, but the base is... okay, so let's make sure. So let's test fit this thing. Yeah, I can see why a guy would make spacers there. If they cut the hole a little, I guess they did that for them. It's either a little too small or a little too large. I don't know what a man would call that. But it looks like there and there. Okay, you'll have to, I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. So I reused our man Flint's little plastic spacers, see them in there, little white spacers. And I went to these little ones that don't really matter. But get your level out, and you see them right there in the bubble. And then tighten that down, okay? And you might want to put your dielectric grease on later. Probably just showing you, but I probably might dab a little bit down in the wire nuts too, just to make sure we don't have that corrosion problem again. And your resistance goes up, and your dog catches on fire or whatever happens, the resistance goes up, and then you don't want any of that stuff going on. So, okay, what am I going to do now? I'm going to tighten them up. So here we go, gang. Now on the grounding one, you don't have to worry too much about it being over. But I do it anyway, just kind of out of habit. So you want that little 1/8 of an inch coming out when you're going stranded to solid, like we said. And do not depend on these wires to hold this thing up, okay? Because that one's not really doing that great, but that's okay. Now, it used to be LEDs were rather sensitive about polarity, and the polarity is a thing for safety when it comes to this kind of arrangement, household current. See, I got that out there a little bit. And you can start it a little bit if you want to. I generally do want to, just to make sure I'm going to get grab on it. So it should look like that. Yeah, I can tell you now that's better. Okay. I prefer the winged kind, but let's use... I don't want to use the old ones because they got corrosion in them. So on the earthing part, it doesn't bother me too much, but on the main frame, it bothers me. Okay. So I'm holding everything I can here. Trying to get that little 1/8 of an inch. just like that. And then I got these in my back pocket here. A little dab of dielectric in there won't hurt you any. Okay. Now, you can sort of get a feel for what's going to happen here. You got to tuck all the stuff in there. And I did shorten these a little bit. Luckily, I had some wire cutters in my pants. So, and then you try to just get a feel for it. There you go. There. If you get one, you can get the other. So if you're a smart chicken, you put these little things in your back pocket too. And you don't have to go full gorilla on that. You can just, just finger tight. They're not really, I like these better because the other ones were like for a wrench and these are just finger tight. And that should be just as level as it can be. And these little threads can be sort of, oh, it's got a little slot in the end of them if you wanted to use a screwdriver. I don't know if you would ever want to do that because, okay, so that ought to be it right there. Just make sure it's flat because you don't want any bugs living back there. Well, I'm going to give that a little bit more then. Because you're just inviting bugs and spiders. That seems to be working its way loose for some reason. This isn't tool review time, but I will tell you that I have loved that thing. That right there, that has just been great. A little reversible screwdriver. Yeah, that feels a lot better. Okay. It's genuine plastics, so do not accept imitations. Alright, thank you. And it doesn't look level, but it is, I guess. It can be level here, and the rest of the assembly could be off, so don't let things like that bother you. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's put a bulb in it. Okay. Ooh, fancy. And we'll do it at night too. At night. Okay, so it's no good turning it on right now, but we will just make sure it works. I hope I can swing something like this. And but we'll wait till nightfall and come out here and see what it looks like. It's so weird working with bulbs that have plastic bulbs. I mean, the bulb part is plastic. You always expect, especially with my hands, I'm always expecting I'm going to grasp them and crush them and cut my hands up again. Okay, that is not really tight. Well, what happened there? I'll have to take that out and look up in there. The whole socket's loose. Don't think it matters a lot, but I don't like it. Let's see if there's some kind of way to tighten it up. Like a towel grab bar or something. See those two little screws right there and right there on each side of the contact? They ain't gonna do you any good. And there's nothing on the top to tighten. So you just have to get it in there best you can. And I can't get both hands up in there and hold the base. But I think this will be okay. And I don't see a way of getting into the fixture up there to get that tighter. I'm going to try to get my somewhat large hands in there and see if I can get that a little tighter. Alright, well that's up to you. I mean, every fixture is different. Just, I guess the lesson here is check. I would have never dreamed this, but check the base and make sure it's tight before you hang it up. Holy cats. Some unnamed foreign country. Starts with a C. Canada. Okay, I got a 1 in 4 chance. I think it's that one. Nope. Is it that one? Yep. That one? Nope. There it is. It's the very first one. I would have never dreamed that. Of course, I guess that might be code around here. Okay, so anyways. 1 for 4 out of 4. Okay, so there it is. Yeah, I think that's going to be far more eloquent. And the ambiance is just going to be dripping off of that thing. It's just so pretty. Okay.